Hello everyone, we're gonna try to do more Professor Layton in the Specter's Hall. Or Professor Layton the Last Specter. Yeah, I don't have the fancy widgets and stuff for Botrex on this one. Yeah. But we're going to continue where we last left off. I still haven't been able to finish the first story, the puppet show. I haven't gotten the right puzzle to give me the correct action. Alright. I'm gonna have Tara keep an eye on Raynex's stream. We did turn this down, right? Yeah. Alright. We are, I believe we were following Emmy. While Emmy is in London, Layton and Luke continue their investigation around the Hired Hill area. Can they find any significant clues to help solve the puzzle of the Specter? Let me turn this down so y'all can hear me. Third Eye Jakes. It's a little bit of play on words. Will Emmy be alright on her own? Of course. I shouldn't think we need to worry about Emmy, Luke. She just sped out of here so fast. I hope she doesn't crash. Come now, Luke. Let's get on with the investigation. Oh, alright, Mr. Layton. Where do we go from here? We still need more information on Mr. Bard. Ariana said the people in town weren't very fond of her father. That is what she said. Do you think she's alright, Luke? Honestly, Mr. Layton, I have no idea what grown-ups actually think. Haha, fair enough. But we'll have to investigate this if we want to get Ariana's trust. I suppose so. Let's talk to some people in town. Oh. I'm missing 2 puzzles. Okay, yeah. The chief's still not back, I'm afraid. Well... That street lamp must have been damaged by the Specter. Yes, I think so. The Specter has attacked several times since Mr. Bard's death. Most of the houses have been rebuilt, but they still haven't fixed the street lamps. Luke, do you remember all the areas the Specter has attacked? Not off the top of my head, no. But I have kept a record of every spot that the Specter attacked. I was hoping this might come in handy someday. Delta, we're doing alright. I don't know what to say. What? Is it no good? On the contrary, Luke. Your organizational skills are very impressive. I'm stunned. This is wonderful data. It's just the groundwork we need in order to make sound deductions. The more information we gather and cross-reference, the greater chance of us finding the truth. So it's helpful? Extremely. Great work, Luke. Let's continue our investigation. want to ask me some questions? Get out of my face. You can't just go around asking people questions. You can have my dad arrest you for that, you know. I've heard that your father is highly regarded in town. Yeah, obviously. My dad was the one who solved the Bard case, huh? Everyone was scratching their stupid heads till my dad showed up. So your father handled that case? Huh, of course he handled it. He found the will and the eyewitness. If you ask me, this town's pretty lucky to have him watching over it. Remarkable. You bet it is. Luke, do you know anything about a will or an eyewitness to Bard's death? No, I'm sorry. I was so worried about Ariana, I didn't pay much attention to the investigation. I see. I hope Emmy can dig up something for us. Police chief here is supposed to be some kind of super cop. Call him Third-Eyed Jakes. They say he can solve any case. Just hope his style is as smooth as his name. Indeed. Chief of police with no open cases must be quite skilled. Yeah, well, some people use their skills to solve cases. Some people use their skills to do their hair. The cops do seem to be pretty good about telling people which areas to evacuate. Luke, didn't you say that Dolan communicates your predictions to the townspeople? Dolan tells the police and then they deal with the evacuations. I see. There certainly was a police presence in North Ellie the day the Specter appeared. I'd like to meet this Third-Eyed Jakes. Along with the Specter and the Witch and all the Golden Garden. And all in the Golden Garden, right? This town is too much. Ah, yes. That reminds me. I haven't yet seen the evacuation site for the Golden Garden. It's nearby if you'd like to have a look. As an archaeologist, I find it hard to resist. Well, we do have a little time before Emmy gets back. I'll take you there, Mr. Layton. It's just west of here. Appreciate it. Thank you, Luke. Of course. It's all part of our investigation, after all. With the town in such danger, I did kind of wonder if I should leave. But with Chief Jakes, I feel safe. He actually offered to pay for my stay to make up for all the Specter trouble, ruining my vacation. This must be typical in small towns. The authorities truly care for the town people. Although it wasn't easy getting into town at first, I came because of stories in the paper about the Golden Garden, but they turned me away. How did you get in then? The road in town was guarded by the police, but my friend and I took the back way over the mountains. The Specter appeared on my first night here. Times were pretty quick. They had the area blocked off, so I couldn't see anything. And you have remained here ever since? Having come all this way, it seemed a shame to leave. Plus, the police have been so kind. My friend got totally terrified when she heard about the whole Specter thing, though. She ran off at the first opportunity. She's in one of those pictures, actually. Can you work out which one is my friend is? Huh. One of these girls is my best friend. My best friend has blonde hair, doesn't wear glasses, and has a mole under her right eye. Can you tell who it is? See?
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
Oh?
What could have gone wrong here?
My best friend has blonde hair, doesn't wear glasses, and has a mole under her right eye. Okay, that would be her left eye. So then it would probably be E then.
Some puzzles must be met directly. No puzzle is without an answer.
Correct. The answer is E. She has blonde hair, doesn't wear glasses, and has a mole under her right eye. What? You couldn't see the mole in the first picture? Well, never mind. No one else matched the description anyways. Got a new fish tank, Evening Park. Well, did you see the Golden Garden in the end? No, it's too bad. I've been to the evacuation site, but there's like nothing there. Even the dig team is gone now. No, I'm just hanging around here, soaking up the atmosphere. Plus, a Specter's still out there somewhere. The food is good, and my board is all paid by the police. I love it here. I wonder if it's normal for the police to pay for people's holidays. The townspeople are probably not aware of how their tax money is being spent. Well, that's in a lot of places. Alright. As I expected, a new incident has occurred, which more or less solves the mystery of the Calamity Witch. The witch's mark is found on the wall of another house. On the ground beneath, someone had dropped a sweet wrapper. From what we know, it is easy to work out who is behind the mischief. For their own sake, I must put a stop to it now. Ariana's fearsome reputation as the town witch of calamity was all owing to her brother Tony's attempt to protect her from town gossip. I hope this reassures Ariana and helps her realize that she is not the victim of any curse. I was a little surprised by the two children's refusal to discuss the Specter's flute, but it would be best to leave them be for now. Luke believes that the Specter is manipulating his father Clark and will eventually control every adult in town. From what he says, all of Miss Salary's misfortune seems to be linked to Bard's death in some way. We have to decide to check the police records for information and articles about the incident. There must be something in these records that will help us get to the bottom of this. What's going on? Please don't spam in our chat. We asked to consult the police records, but our request was denied. A seems we need approval from the chief constable, who won't be back for some time. However, the desk sergeant did inform us that copies of the records are kept at Scotland Yard. Emmy kindly offered to go back to London to obtain these copies. I'll have to rely on her for now. I've rushed back to London to fetch that research file for the professor, but now I realize I don't even know where his office is. I'll have to ask somebody around here. That reminds me, I didn't think to give Emmy directions to my office. I do hope she finds it. Having got directions from Dean Delmona, I found the professor's office, where I met Rosa, the cleaning lady. She has agreed to help me look for the professor's research file. Hopefully this won't take too long. I was in a hurry, so I'm afraid I must have left the room in rather a mess. Thanks to Rosa, I soon found the research file and newspapers the professor asked me for. Next, I'm off to Scotland Yard to get hold of the reports from Miss Salary that are archived there. I wonder who Emmy's sources are. Could she have contacts in the police? I got to Scotland Yard, but it seems I won't be allowed access to the archives without Inspector Grosky being there. According to Monica from General Inquiries, the inspector is in central London working on a case. I'd better try looking for him there. How do you suppose Emmy's investigation is going? As I run through the streets on Inspector Grosky's trail, I realize how strangely peaceful it is here, completely removed from the crisis in Miss Salary. I haven't heard a single thing here about it. It's as if the news hasn't reached London at all. Anyways, I should find the inspector in the museum. I do hope she got to London in one piece. I must simply be too slow because Inspector Grosky's already left and is probably back at Scotland Yard by now. Could he really be responsible for all the mess in the museum? I must say, I feel quite worried for the curator. She's probably looking through the archives as we speak. When I finally got back to the police station, I tracked down Inspector Grosky as spirited as ever. When I explained the situation, he happily gave me access to police records, so I'm going down to the archives now. I hope she'll be able to locate the documents in those rather extensive archives. With some extra help from Inspector Chelmy, we managed to find the reports we're looking for. I also got my photographs developed, so I'm all set to go back to Miss Salary. I might have accidentally picked up Inspector Grosky too. I suppose it's natural that I should worry. The professor and Luke are waiting for me, so I'd better hurry and deliver these documents. Inspector Grosky seems to be determined to come with me back to Miss Salary on foot. I really hope he'll be all right. Right, time to go. I'm on my way, Professor. I'll just have to trust her and get on with my own investigation. Having sent Emmy off to fetch the records, Luke and I have decided to continue investigating in town. We know that the locals are afraid of the witch of Calamity, but do they really feel such resentment towards Ariana? I have trouble believing that. This requires further examination, including finding out more about Bard's reputation when he was alive. After visiting one of the spots ravaged by the Specter, Luke gave me a list he had made of the location of every attack to date. It is a very precise and complete document, which I find hard to believe was put together by a 10-year-old. I suppose Luke must have inherited his talent from Clark. I think the information he has gathered will prove very useful in our investigation. While we were talking to Yamada in the Grand Plaza, he mentioned that the chief constable of this town is reputed to leave no cases unsolved. He is known as Third Eye Jakes around here. However skillful this man is, the nickname seems a little excessive. But can the rumors about him be true? I would very much like to meet this man face to face. Alright, let's see the fish. Let's see how this goes. And run out of time. Alright. This is fine. I think I want to put it here. What happens if I do that? We go back around in circles. Alright. So I think I want to do this. Maybe I should do this. Let's see what happens. Let's do this. See what happens. Right. Alright. We need to put this there. Let's try that. Or we don't put that there. That's just fine with me too. Let's try that. No. Okay. What if I do this? No. Alright. So I think I need to do this. What happens? No. Bad move. Alright, how about if I put this here? Because it seems like... didn't even touch it. not work? How about we do that? If I put that there, it's just not gonna touch it. Yeah, that just does not ever touch. Yeah, that's not good. I did it. Don't care how it's done. Luke, we still have a bit of time. Let's go to the Golden Gardens evacuation site. The evacuation site is just down the road to the west. Tony's so much fun. We used to think up loads of puzzles and get up to all sorts of things. I was always really clumsy, so Tony used to get cross with me. But even so, last time we played together, I kind of messed up, so I hope he's not fed up with me or something. Oh, by the way, speaking of messing up, I have a puzzle for you. Dad, I finished that London one you asked for. Cheers, son. It looks great. Hold on. God, you gone and got a letter wrong. There. Check my sketch and make sure. Do it right this time. Will you? What? No way. That's... Oh, you're right. Did. I'm sorry. I'll fix it right away. So which letter did the son get wrong? Circle the incorrect one. Well, yeah, it's supposed to spell London. That's what it said in the beginning there. But it can only choose one letter.
About this. That was it.
That's right, the L is wrong. The word has been carved on a stamp, so it needs to look correct when stamped onto something. If you were to stamp it as shown in the puzzle, you'd see a big mistake. That's it, you know. Tony sometimes get cross with me, but we'd always make up in the end. But I haven't seen him for ages. I hope he still thinks of me as a friend. It sounds as though you two were quite close. It's been a year since he stopped coming down to play, but he's still my very best friend. It doesn't look like the Specter is responsible for this. No, it's land subsidence. Since the Specter appeared, sinkholes have been appearing around town. Sinkholes and the Specter. What is the relationship there? It's probably another one of the Specter's powers. I dressed up as the Black Raven to fool people looking for the black market, but I really hate running. Ren and the boys telling me I'm too heavy. Maybe they're right, and I shouldn't lose a few, but how? Why not try sharing your treats with the other Black Ravens? Sharing? I suppose that's an idea, but it won't be easy. Could you help me? I suppose I could share this triangular cake. It's really tasty, but I can spare half of it. And my friends can divide that between them. But it is my cake. It's only fair that I should have most of it. I'll just cut 2 pieces with a ratio of 4 out of 5. And take the bigger piece. That's still pretty generous, isn't it? The sides of the cake are 15 centimeters long. How far along the side should he cut? So, what's 15 divided by 2? Is it 14 and 14 is 7. And 8 and 8. So, he should cut it 8 centimeters and give the other 7. Right? Because if he cuts it 9, then the other part is 6.
Time to apply some creative thinking. A little more thought is in order.
So that's a smart thing to do, but he wants it bigger. So how about 9?
Some puzzles must be met directly.
10?
What could have gone
You're
wrong
not being
here?
generous at all. Jesus.
A challenging puzzle,
That's
to be
not
sure.
really generous. Wow.
A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
Correct. I can have my cake and eat it. If I cut the side at 10 centimeters as shown, the proportion of the portions is exactly 4 out of 5. I can eat lots of cake and share with my friends too. Mix. Thank you. Now I can share my cake with my friends. Don't mention it, lad. I hope you find that sharing makes your cake taste even more delicious. Really? I like the sound of that. Now I just need to find Crow and the others before I forget. Alright, time to do this puppet theater thing. See if I got the right word. It was my first cooking class. I'd not done much cooking before, so I was a bit nervous. Welcome to the delicious cooking class. Today I'm going to teach you how to make beef stew. Are you all ready? Well then, let's get cooking. First of all, let's check our ingredients. The main ingredients are carrots, onions, potatoes, broccoli, beef, white sauce, and milk. First, you need to prepare the vegetables. These are freshly picked, so we can't use them yet. Chef was right. They couldn't be used like that. I had to rinse them off thoroughly first. We simply cannot begin until all that dirt and mud is washed off. Make sure you do it properly. Once the vegetables are nice and clean, you can place them on the chopping board. Yes, that's right. Now, be careful not to cut yourself during the next part. I was shaking with nerves, but I took the knife and gripped it firmly. They ended up looking a bit wonky, but I peeled the carrots and potatoes without much trouble. Now the vegetables are peeled. You can proceed to the next stage. Take your time, there's no rush. Chop, chop, that's it. You're doing a great job. Oh, don't forget to do the same for the meat. I took hold of the knife and, being careful not to cut myself, I sliced all the vegetables. Now, everything is chopped up. It's time to put it all in the pot. But there's another job before that. Doing this will help bring out the flavor of the ingredients. The chef took out a frying pan. As soon as I saw it, I knew what I had to do. I coated the frying pan in oil, threw in the meat, followed by the veg, and sauteed it all. The kitchen filled with delicious smell. I had to try hard not to drool. Now that you prepared the ingredients, it's time for the pot. Put the meat and veg in. I put the ingredients in the pot, and then, gingerly, turn up the heat on the knob. Chef didn't hold back for long. That should be about right. Last, there are 2 key ingredients for making this delicious stew. Yes, it's the white sauce and milk. Add these to the pot now. Don't spill any or let it get burnt. I turn the heat down a little and carefully mix. I mixed as hard as I could. I got lost in the stirring. I whisked until I whisked no more. Chef stared at me for a moment, then shook his head, looking nonplussed. Uh-huh. So, I'm still lacking the correct action for that one. I think we found ourselves a hidden puzzle. This board consists of 9 panels with arrows on them. By swapping just 2 of the arrows, you may enter the board via an arrow. Follow the direction through every panel and exit the board with the final arrow. Which arrow should you swap? I need to do it through every panel. I think this is right.
Some puzzles must be met directly. No puzzle is without an answer.
1885. Now that was a good mental workout. dig team, you say? Where's the rest of your staff then? Most of the team gave up after a while. They came to the conclusion that the gold in the garden isn't here at all. And is that what you also think, Nate? I tell you to take a look for yourself with the path blocked by rubble. Actually, we located a precious stone that we want to extract, but it's proving tricky to get it out. If you can help me out with that, I'll be happy to give you a hand with clearing that rubble. The dig team located a precious stone buried here, but they were unable to extract it because of the rubble in the way. Move the rubble out of the way so that Nate can set his hands on the lovely gem.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure. I love the thrill of a good solution.
Success. Knowing how to use the tight spaces is the key. By the way, the quickest it's possible to solve this puzzle is in 14 moves. Did not do it in 14 moves. Got a new course for the toy train. Nate's near miss. So you think the Golden Garden isn't anywhere near here? You'll see once you get to the dig site. We dig deep, but we didn't find anything remotely interesting. No building foundation, no trace of inhabitants, nothing to indicate even a hint of an ancient city. There are other stories about the Golden Garden that suggest it could be much older than civilization, but there isn't any evidence linking to the prehistoric times either. There's only the legend to go on. I suppose it could all be buried much deeper than we thought. This area is very wet though. Once you reach a certain depth, you would encounter water. Could the garden be even further below? We can't rule out that possibility. Do you think we didn't go down far enough? I really couldn't say. But I am very interested in your search. Are you an archaeologist by training? Not really. I've just been working dig sites my whole life. And my intuition says not to give up yet. Still, maybe it'll all come to nothing. As Nate said, the excavation so far appears to have been fruitless. What makes you say that? I can tell from the exposed strata here, your father knows more about geology than I do. My father? Really? Yes. In his university studies, Clark excelled at identifying organisms in strata like this. I take it he hasn't ever told you about that. Dad's been so busy with the town that we haven't spoken much recently. He seems like a different person since he became the mayor. I think maybe my mom left because she couldn't deal with him anymore. But he's not even my dad. What if the Specter kidnapped my real dad? Settle down, Luke. I too thought that Clark was acting strangely. Is the Specter controlling him? When did you notice this change in your father? When he became mayor, right before the Specter appeared. I'm sure Clark will return to his old self once we sort out this case. But I need your help to do it. We'll get to the bottom of this. You believe in me, don't you, Luke? I believe in you, Mr. Layton. Thank you, Luke. Once we hear from Emmy, we will speak to your father. Now, perhaps we should make our way to the library. You think Emmy's back by now? If she is not, then we can look at some of the archived newspapers. Maybe we can find something. I see. You know where the library is, don't you? It's east of the crossroads. Ah, that's right. Let's go. Whoa! That was a real live explosion! Nate surely can't be using dynamite to excavate the Golden Garden. That doesn't seem like a very safe way to do a dig. No, not at all. I rather hope that the Golden Garden isn't here. This is refreshing. I can't remember the last time I visited an excavation site. I thought you always explored places like this, Mr. Layton. It's not always as glamorous as it sounds, Luke. I'm usually holed up in my study these days. That reminds me, here's a puzzle that may interest you. An archaeologist shows you some ancient ruins found on a dig. These ruins were divided into two groups, but I seem to have mixed them up. Can you sort the runes into the correct groups? Only the top left rune cannot be moved. Okay. Well, first of all, I have to know what I'm looking at. So this one can't be moved, but this one can. How am I supposed to tell? Is the question. Divided into groups. Can you sort the rooms into the correct groups? Only the top left room cannot be moved. How can I tell where they go? I'm not seeing any kind of hint that's giving me anything.
I think this is right. I knew I could do it.
Correct. The runes are divided into two groups. The ones on the left can be written in one pen stroke. Without lifting the pen or retracing the line, and the ones on the right can't. Well solved. Clark and I always used to swap puzzles like this. You were good friends with my dad, weren't you? What was he like back when you knew him? Well, he was a very hard-working student, always on time and incredibly diligent. He was a favorite with the facility members, and they often assigned him particularly tricky tasks. We were both so enthralled by our research that we regularly studied through the night. And despite all that, he still felt he had a duty to help out his friends and family. But that's not what he's like now. I can understand why you would doubt your father. We will get to the bottom of this behavior, I promise. Then you can see the truth for yourself. I'm not sure I want to. Alright, I guess I can head back to the library. Since we had some time to spare, we went to see the dig site where they were looking for the Golden Garden, but found nothing much of interest. Luke is convinced that Clark is being controlled by the Specter, but I have yet further concerns. There is still time until Emmy returns, so we have opted to go to the library to see what we can find there. No! Damn! Jesus! Jesus Christ. Which were the image? I got a new problem. Nope, it's not the one. Alright, I solved that. I completely went the wrong way, but... Ow. Someone left the library desk covered with books and left these poor librarians with the task of shelving them again. The librarians are trying to count all the books, but they're stacked so high that neither one can see them all. Using each librarian's point of view, work out how many books are on the table. One, two, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eleven, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to say 16.
Time to apply some creative thinking. A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
Good year. Correct. There are 16 books in total. You have the job of cleaning a king's room in his palace. This king is a very meticulous sort, and he has declared that it must be cleaned in a very specific way. There are numbers written on some of the floor tiles that show the order in which the tile should be cleaned. Starting from tile 1 and proceeding from tile to adjacent tile in the correct order, can you find a way to clean all the tiles without repeating any? To avoid dirtying the newly cleaned floor, the last tile you clean must be next to the door. Right.
Some puzzles must be met directly. No puzzle is without an answer.
We're not even in this year yet. Correct. Incidentally, cleaning the room in this pattern forms the Chinese character for the word king. It seems that the king is as keen on language study as he is on puzzles and clean floors. Hey, it's me, Goosey. Goosey, what are you doing lurking down there? Well, I wanted a quiet place to hide, so I thought the library would work. I still stuck out, don't I? Father, and I was really trying to sandwich myself between the bookshelves, too. But why don't you just sit in the quiet corner out of sight? You'll never understand, Luke. You don't know what it means to stick out. But I can live with it. Anyway, how would you like to try a puzzle? Someone has been painting the square board in a rather patchy manner. The board has sides of 20 centimeters and the paintbrush is 10 centimeters wide. With every layer of paint, the surface gets darker. The color code shows the number of layers needed to make each color. What is the minimum number of brush strokes required to get the pattern shown below? One, two, three, four, five. One, I'm gonna say 4.
This is what I've come up with. I'm just not cut out for this. I think this is right. I can't work it out at all.
Alright, how many brush strokes is this gonna take? This doesn't look like it would take many. board has sides of 20 centimeters. And the brush is 10 centimeters wide. It's an equal square, so it doesn't really matter. It's a 10 centimeter wide paintbrush, and the sides are all 20 centimeters. So it should only take 2 strokes to get the first coat on. And I tried 3 strokes, but why? No, the whole board is 20 centimeters wide. I just said that. On all sides, it's 20 centimeters. The brush is only 10, which is half.
So 2 on top.
Yes. But they want to know how many brush strokes is required to get the pattern shown below.
Because you're going to need to do an additional brush stroke on top of this to get 2. And then you're going to need 2 more additional brush
But
strokes on top of
I
that.
did say 4, and that was the wrong answer.
Yeah, it's going to take more than 4.
How? Because the one in the middle is 1 brush stroke.
1, 2, okay?
I know this.
3, 4.
Okay, so it's 5.
There should probably be 6 because this was separated.
Yeah, but look. This can be accomplished in 1 stroke because this is the first layer, and if you put it in 1 stroke, that's going to be 2 coats, and this is going to end up being 3, so it should be about 5.
How about this? That was it.
That's it. Only 5 brush strokes are required. Carrie? My granny says the library's so old it even has stories about the Specter legend. I still don't understand though. Goosey, why are you hiding in that tiny little gap? Just looked so nice and cozy. I thought if I could just slip in there, I wouldn't stick out at all. Right? If you say so. Welcome to the Miss Mallory Library. If you can't find a book, just tell me. I know where all of them are. We were hoping to look at a few local newspapers. The newspapers are over in the corner. You need an archived issue. I'll show you where to look. I need some newspapers from around the time that Evan Bard passed away. Library policy prohibits me from showing them to anyone who hasn't completed at least 50 puzzles. And it looks as if you've done so. Fab. Please give me a moment. Sorry to keep you waiting. These are all the newspapers printed the week of Mr. Bard's death. Perfect. May I borrow them? Are you familiar with the concept of a library? Huh. Library humor. Go ahead. I'll bring them back. Very strange indeed. There are no concrete details about Bard's death in any local newspaper. Well, that's no help. Perhaps not. How long should we wait for Emmy, Mr. Layton? Does she even know what a library looks like? Why don't you enlighten me, Luke? Emmy, you're back. It's good to see you. You too, Luke. Sorry I'm late. I had trouble reading all the road signs on the way here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm sure you didn't. The children's books are over in the corner. Sorry to keep you waiting, Professor. Here are the materials you requested. Thank you, Emmy. I apologize for the trouble, but this may bring us a step closer to our investigation. I also brought you a surprise. Well, if it isn't Professor Layton. Keeping well, I take it? Inspector Grosky. So you're the one Emmy has been helping. Not very sporting to keep that a secret, Emmy. No, not sporting. So, you were Emmy's Scotland Yard connection, Inspector? What a small world. So the professor really doesn't remember at all. What was that, Emmy? Nothing, I was just... Is that a new hat, Professor? Never mind hats, I hear there is some sort of giant specter menacing this town. Yes, it is quite a situation. It sounds as if Emmy has briefed you on some of the particulars, but allow me to fill in the details. Each time it disappears, the specter destroys a part of the town. Someone's pulling the strings off the specter. However, I'm not yet certain who. A specter conspiracy? Sounds like crime to me, and no crook can elude Grosky of the Yard. I'll run down to Miss Tollery Police Chief and exact his full cooperation. Hold on, Inspector, I haven't told you everything yet. And there he goes. He looks keen. Now let's have a look at what Emmy brought us. I think we'll find some useful information here. Oh, Professor, I had my film developed as well. I think these photos should come in useful. Good thinking, Emmy. According to the police report, Bart died when he fell off a cliff. No sign of struggle at the scene? A will was discovered in his house. The details of Bart's death are pretty sketchy. Look at this. According to the single eyewitness, there was no one else in the area, and the eyewitness was Clark Triton. What? My dad? Mr. Triton was the witness at the scene? Did he ever mention anything about that? Did you know about any of this, Luke? No. This is the first I've heard of it. Mom never mentioned it either. In his will, Mr. Bard left his rights to the town's land to Clark. He left all of that property to someone he wasn't related to? Why? And that's not all. Look. There is no mention of the Specter in today's London newspaper. No mention, despite the massive damage sustained by the town. Don't you find that strange? Now that you mention it, we hadn't heard anything about the Specter until we came to Miss Tallery. Is someone trying to keep this story from getting out? It would appear so. Who would be capable of controlling information like that? Let's confirm the report at Miss Tallery Police Station before we jump to any conclusions. Perhaps Grosky has tracked down the police chief for us. There are many unresolved questions surrounding the death of Evan Bard. what really happened on that day. I'm positive that the key to unraveling the mystery of the Specter's lies in Evan Bard's death. Clark isn't a relative of Evan Bard, so why was he mentioned in Bard's will? Oh, I mean, we may have cause to return to London sometime for our investigation. Just touch my car at the entrance to the town. You may then select your destination from there. Got it? Got it. That way we can catch any puzzles I missed in London. Exactly. Now, let's get on with the task at hand. Oh, you guys want to ride? Bucky's got some great boats here. Shoot, the road trip between Grand Bridge and Highard Hill is a long haul, even for old Bucky here. Yes, I imagine so. Hey, for my customers, I'd do anything. You guys want to ride? A ride? From here, you mean? Wouldn't that be impractical? The word impractical is not in old Bucky's dictionary. Well, you want to ride? Bucky's got some great boats here. Ah, there you are. Chief Constable Jakes will see you now. Our chief is amazingly talented. So you show some respect, and tell him I said so, will you? His office is just down the left corridor here. What did you say the chief of police is known as? Third-Eye Jakes? What kind of person calls himself that? Humility may not be the chief's strong suit. He sounds like an excellent detective nonetheless. Let's reserve judgment until we meet the man. So, you're the archaeologist who took upon himself to investigate the Specter, eh? Yes, my name is Herschel Layton. It's a pleasure to Layton, huh? Never heard of you. How's your investigation going? Well, we're just getting started, to be honest. He looks pretty ordinary for someone with a third eye. Emmy, shush! Chief Jakes, did you investigate the death of Mr. Bard last year? No. We just let that one go. What? You think Bard's death got something to do with the Specter? I believe there is the possibility of a connection, yes. You determined that the death of Mr. Bard was a suicide. How were you able to determine that? Easy. We found a will. The mere presence of a will is not enough to indicate a suicide, is it? No, it's not. Almost like how a big hat isn't enough to indicate someone with police experience. I'm not challenging your judgment, Chief Jakes. I just need to confirm some facts. Allow me to confirm. I know that Mr. Bard threw himself into the lake because someone saw him. Clark Triton was your witness. So you've done some homework. Yes, Mayor Triton witnessed it while he was out fishing. If you got a problem with it, perhaps you should take it up with the mayor himself. I see. Thank you for your cooperation. Run along and dig us up some buried treasure now. I'm sorry? Layton, you know why they call me Third Eye Jakes. Yes? They call you that because you've solved every one of your cases. It's because I solved every one of my... Yeah, that's right. And you know how I've done that. Well, I couldn't say for certain without a full investigation. Let me save you some legwork. I've solved every one of my cases because I see everything. I see some interlopers crashing my sleepy little helmet. I see the mayor's son running around town with said interlopers. With all due respect, Chief, we were invited to stay here. That's right, by the mayor himself. Really? Did the mayor ask you to drag his boy around town while you investigate Mr. Bard's death? My father doesn't even know where I am right now. All the more reason he may want to know about Layton here sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. We should be going now. Layton, I got my eyes on you. All three of them. I want you out of Miss Tallery. You understand me? I'll give you 24 hours to pack your stuff. Get in that funny little car of yours and go back to London. The clock is ticking, Layton. You can't do this! Hey, what are you trying to say? That's not fair! Let's just go, Luke. Tick-tock. Tick-tock, Layton. The name of Chief Constable Jakes has risen to legendary status through his purportedly perfect track record for solving crimes. Some say he was chosen by fate. The chief is said to let no case go unsolved, and the townfolk hold him in high regard for this reason. Jake seems to be able to solve all his cases through his incredible powers of deduction. I won't stand for this. Chief Jakes is going too far. We had to talk to Luke's father. We will, Emmy. But right now, I'm a little more concerned about something else. The police are supposed to protect people. Why would he act like that? Jake wants us off this case for some reason. Regardless, we have a duty to seek the truth here. And to that end, I agree. Let's go and see your father, Luke. guys want to ride? Bucky's got some great boats here. Bucky, what are you doing here? Now that's a silly question. Where there's Bucky, there's boats. Where there's boats, there's Bucky. Wait, you mean we can take a boat from here? That's impossible. The word impossible is not in old Bucky's dictionary. Hey, you guys want to ride? Bucky's got some great boats here. Just inventing piers left and right. Is Clark around? Shh, Mr. Layton. Oh, that's right. Luke left the house in secret. True, but I imagine Clark is well aware that his boy is gone by now. Did I tell you we sometimes hear noises coming from the cellar, even when there is no one down there? Dolan says it's probably just the his death was ruled a suicide. Just between you and me, wasn't particularly well liked. Was Mr. Bard. He owned most of the land in town and hiked the right up. That didn't make him any friends. And then he always acted so high and mighty. The only person he could talk to was Mr. Dryden. I was dismissed from that household years ago. Lucky for me that they took me on here, I tell you. Then, you just don't know, do you? He might have had his own son and own reasons not to want to live. You see, and you believe he may be haunting this house? Why this one? No, I didn't mean. There's no reason at all why he'd come and haunt poor Mr. Dryden's house. Don't mind old Beth, dearie. In fact, I have a little puzzle for you, if you fancy it. Your lucky tablecloth is damaged, and you want to salvage it. As they're cutting off the shaded area, you make 2 straight cuts along the dotted lines and end up with 3 pictures. Or, you end up with 3 pieces. Sewing these pieces together gives you a smaller square tablecloth. They're decorated with 5 completed 4-leaf clovers. Draw 2 lines on the cloth to show the 2 straight cuts you made. Okay. I'm gonna say you cut that off. You make
This is what I've come up with. I'm just not cut out for this.
Ended up in 3 pieces. Sewing these pieces together gives you a smaller square cloth decorated with 5 complete 4-leaf clovers.
How about this? That puzzle wasn't so hard.
Cutting insight. The cloth has to be cut as shown in the diagram. Your little tablecloth accident gave the 4-leaf clover a new lease of life. Good day, Mr. Layton. Master Luke. Mr. Triton is presently in the first floor study. How is the investigation going, Herschel? I hope Luke hasn't been troublesome. Quite the contrary. Luke has been very helpful. Clark, I'd like to ask you something. Of course. How can I help? I need you to tell me everything you know about the death of Evan Bard. Evan Bard? I'll tell you the same thing I told the police. I saw someone fall off a cliff, that's it. I didn't see anyone else around. I didn't even know if it was Bard when it happened. Chief Jakes closed the case as a suicide. Yes, well, that makes sense if no one else was there. What about the will? Why would Bard leave you his land deeds? Evan was a friend, and the only person in town with whom I could discuss intellectual matters. You would have liked him very much, Herschel, of course. I was still very surprised by the will. Chief Jakes confirmed the will and acted as the executor. He took care of everything for me. I became an extensive landowner overnight, and I've been dealing with the right red tape ever since. And Ariana and her brother? They're still the future heirs as far as I'm concerned. I only plan to oversee the land until they were of age. Fortunately, it is possible that Ariana will not live long enough to see that happen. So you know about her illness. Of course, it's truly tragic. I don't know what I would do if such a fate were to befall Luke. Evan was always so attentive to his children. I was shocked to learn that he hadn't made adequate provisions for them. Do you agree with Jake's conclusions about Bard's death? Well, he is much more qualified to make that judgment than I am. He is Third Eye Jake's, after all. Yes, that name derives from his ability to solve every case, I understand. Every case? Yes, Herschel. The man has practically eliminated crime in Miss Salary. Besides the activities of witches and specters, of course. What are you implying, Herschel? Please. Just this once. Stop speaking in riddles. Cases ruled as accidents. Unexpected confessions. Complaints being withdrawn. Yes, go on. It's a common pattern among solved cases. Herschel, you don't think Jake's had anything to do with Bard's death, do you? Would the master like to have his dinner now? Doland, you gave me quite a start. How long have you been there? Only moments, sir. I apologize if you did not hear me knock. Am I disturbing the master? No, of course not. No. Yes, dinner sounds splendid. Herschel, Emmy, please join us. We have several aged wines in the cellar. Herschel, perhaps you could go down and select a bottle for us. You want me to pick a wine? Perhaps the master would prefer I select a wine to go with dinner. Oh, no. Our friend Layton is quite the connoisseur when it comes to wine. Isn't that right, old boy? Well, it would be my pleasure. Where's the wine cellar? I didn't know you were into wine, Professor. Is there anything you don't know about? To be honest, I'm more of a connoisseur of tea. I can't claim to know much about wine at all. Really? Then why did Clark say that to you? Yeah, you do. It seemed to me that Clark was fabricating a reason for us to see the basement. There must be something there. I think we should do as he wishes. The cellar is through the blue door down on the ground floor hallway. Like a normal cellar to me. What are we supposed to notice? Luke, does anything strike you as out of the ordinary? No, not really. Actually, the basement's been off limits lately. So I can't say for sure. Off limits, eh? Did you get caught down here scoffing fruit tarts between meals, Luke? What? No. They were cleared. And that's not the point. Shh, quiet. What is it, Emmy? I thought I heard something. Maybe I imagined it. Perhaps it was a mouse. I beg your pardon? My apologies, Luke. I wonder if there is something we're missing. Professor Layton, is there anything I can do to help? No, I think we're fine, Doland. Thank you. Dolan, did you happen to know Mr. Bard as well? Yes, I know it isn't kind to speak ill of the departed, but Mr. Bard was a man who charged extraordinary rents to those who lived on his land. Some are inclined to believe that he was thrown from the cliffs by an angry tenant. Surely a cultured man like yourself is aware how the locals will gossip. It's too bad that that's all Bart is remembered for. Most everyone knew him. Most everyone despised him. Oh, but I do prattle on. If you have selected a wine, you can carry on with preparing dinner. Dolan, has my dad been acting strange to you lately? He has been rather preoccupied, I would say. Much of his time is spent in his study. Yes, clearly Clark has other matters at hand. Let's get going. Not staying for dinner? We'll have to do it another time. Please give my regrets to Clark. Thanks for your help, Dolan. My pleasure. Do be careful out there. It's a wine rack. The bottles are arranged haphazardly. Do you think they forgot to tidy them up? Having bottles lying on the ground isn't very wise. Let's put them away before someone breaks one. In order to store this fine wine in an appropriate manner, the following rules must be observed. 1. White wine should always be stored so that there is only one bottle on any horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. We are playing Sudoku. 2. Red wine should also be stored so that there is only one bottle on the same horizontal, vertical, or diagonal line. 3. The 2 bottles already in the crate cannot be moved. Can you work out a way to store them? Can I work out a way to store them? Store that there is only one bottle on any horizontal, vertical, or diagonal line. So, let's start with one. White. Okay. And let's do the same for the red. Alright. Now. That should also suffice, and same with here. Because it's not here, and it's not here. Which means that's also okay. But it's not in the row here. Which means I can put this over here now. This should not... I think I need to do the same thing to the red wine. So, I think I need to do that there. No. I think I need to do that here, that up there. I think I can do that. No. This can't go here. I think I've done it. I think that's it.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure. A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
Oh yeah, well there is. Well done. The bottles may be placed as shown in the two diagrams. Who would have thought that storing wine was so complicated? I bet you guys didn't know that the best way to store wine is on its cork. Perfect. That's everything tidied away now. That was fun. Yeah. So doesn't this one. Professor, what was that about? What with the library and Clark's account? There are still many questions about Barton's death. This, coupled with the Specter not being reported outside Miss Tallery, troubles me. It would appear that someone is carefully manipulating information about these two events. A falsified report and a cover-up conspiracy? This is shaping up to be quite a case. Who is capable of doing this? There's only one person I can think of. Constable Jakes. He's in a position to do both of those things. Luke is spot on. Jakes is the only one in this town capable of both. He's supposed to be a public servant. That's just unforgivable. Emmy, your faith in public servants is inspiring. However, there's no doubt that Jakes is withholding information. We need to find out more about him. Oh, Inspector Krosky. Your muscles glisten in the country just as they do back in London. How manly. You again? What are you doing here? For Krosky, I would walk through fire. Luckily, I didn't have to. I just took a taxi out here. I mean, do you know this woman? Sort of. I bumped into her in London. Krosky told me he had a lead. He must be on the trail of a notorious criminal. Oh, it's too exciting. He seemed even more determined than usual. I wish he would search for me with that kind of passion. He said he had a lead? Which way did he go? Just ran off that way. He's probably at the crossroads now. We might still be able to catch him. Let's hurry. Oh. Really? Alright. It appears that Emmy has made notes on her trip to London. She has returned with Inspector Krosky. Tried to explain the whole situation to him, but he dashed off to the local police station before I could finish. I hope you'll be able to manage. In the meantime, we must continue our investigation and examine the documents that Emmy has brought. The records we obtained from the police archives reveal that Evan Barr sustained fatal injuries from a tragic fall off a cliff in the middle of the night. His will, found during the police inquiry, left all his land to Clark, the sole eyewitness to his death. I think we shall need to consult the Chief Constable to get a bigger picture of the case. Chief Constable Jakes of the Mistillery Police Force is allegedly not the ordinary police officer that he seems. He claims to have solved every last one of his cases. He told me quite bluntly to leave Mistillery within the next 24 hours, which leads me to believe there must be something amiss. In any case, we must go and talk to Clark. We went to ask Clark about his account of Evan Bard's death. His behavior was frankly suspicious. His link to Chief Constable Jakes, his nervous look when Dolan shows up. Maybe he is under the control of the Specter after all. He seems to want me to go to the cellar. Could there be something important down there that he wants me to see? We found nothing out of the ordinary in the cellar, only racks of wine. Perhaps out of concern, Dolan followed us into the cellar and told us a little about Evan Bard. Apparently, he made himself unpopular around town by demanding high rent on the land. Could his death have been something other than suicide? The events surrounding Evan Bard's death are most suspicious. I can only presume that someone has been behind the scenes all along, manipulating the entire investigation. The only people with the power to do that are Chief Constable Jakes and, of course, Clark, the mayor. There is undeniably something fishy about Jakes. We need to go back into town and make inquiries. Everything went wrong at work today. I lost my scarf. What a ghastly day. And now I'm going home to that cold, lonely box of a flat. Oh, why must life be so unkind? Oh, pardon me, miss. I was pursuing a criminal. You aren't hurt, are you? No, I'm fine. Are you alright? Oh, I don't think I could ever come to any harm running into a delicate lady like yourself. No, I'm on the trail of a dangerous suspect, so I must take my leave. Good day to you, miss. Stop right there, you thug! Halt! Oh, gosh. Wow. He was simply gorgeous. Those bulging muscles, that luxuriant chest hair, and so attentive to me. Such a gentleman. It's as though he walked straight out of my dreams. What luck! Why did I ever care about my job? Now I know such a man exists. I will devote my life to winning his heart. Why am I hanging about here? I've got to go home and get ready for this new full-time commitment. Wait for me. I won't be long, my darling, my Romeo, my Prince Charming. Right. I don't think I got the right word. Let me see. So we rinse the vegetables. I grip the knife firmly. And I slice all the vegetables. And I saute the veg and the meat. And then I turn up the heat on the knob. And what's the new word? Stick. Boo. Cricket was not allowed in the kitchen. And quickly and carefully carry. Boo. My dad always used to say, "Carry on, son, carry on." Maybe that wasn't what he meant. I don't have the right word. I scrubbed and scrubbed until everything was spick and span, and then I scrubbed some more. That includes chef and the food. Yes, I was very thorough. He washed the chef. Alright. So I'm missing the correct word. So let's go to the crossroads.
What's this?
Gentlemen, I hope we're not going to have any trouble here.
Emmy, your methods are unorthodox, but very effective.
Thanks. Whenever you need a little muscle, you just let me know, Professor, and I'll be there.
I'll keep that in mind.
Who are these men? Do you think Jake sent them after us?
Looks like Jakes didn't want to wait the full 24 hours to get rid of us.
Was Mr. Bard killed by these thugs?
Unfortunately, we can't say for certain.
Layton, Emmy, I've been looking all over for you two. I've got a very corporeal lead on that Specter of yours. Really? That's great, Inspector. The police chief in this town is really ahead of the game. He said that a tall-hatted gentleman and a fiery young lady abducted the mayor's son. He added that they were posing as investigators when in fact they were controlling the Specter. Not to dampen your spirits, but that does narrow the suspect down a fair bit. Is any of this true, Layton? Explain yourself. Chief Jakes hasn't given us a warm welcome, that's for certain. Don't be fooled, Inspector. Jakes is the real culprit, I know it. What? Jakes, you say? So he's trying to pull the wool over my eyes, eh? I cross key of the yard will not take such shenanigans sitting down. Inspector Wade, he really is quick for someone his size. Yes, you need a time machine to keep up with Grosky. Professor, we didn't get to tell Grosky what's happening. Should we go after him? No, let's avoid running into Jakes again if possible. We need to continue our investigation. My concern is growing about the situation with Jakes, however. We're not friends. That's for sure. Face to face with the Specter. This is interesting. We need to work fast. Jakes is just waiting for an opportunity to take us out. Yes, we'll have to be really careful. I think we should be alright as long as we stay in populated areas. Luke, who knows that you are the one predicting the Spectre's appearances? Just Dolan. He promised he wouldn't mention me to the police. You see, well, young Oracle, do you know where the Spectre will strike next? Not yet, no. Well, I have a prediction. I believe the next attack will take place between Iron Arch and the reservoir. What? So you can predict the future too? Not quite, Emmy. I simply deduced it from Luke's notes. Notes? Yes, looking at the record you kept provided to be quite helpful. I now know that the Spectre never strikes the same streets twice. It has appeared in the same area on more than one occasion, but it spreads out its attacks. course. I hadn't realized that. It's all in there. By looking at the patterns, one can work out where the Specter will appear next. That's amazing, Professor. We might just stay one step ahead of Jake's with this information. Let's head for High-Yard Art. Alright. As we were walking back to the town, we were accosted at the crossroads by a group of thugs. Thankfully, Emmy soon dispatched them and we proceeded without further hindrance. I must say that seeing her move was quite astonishing. It may just be that she excels in self-defense, but I suspect there's more to it than that. Who is she really? Having sought us out to get the whole story, Inspector Grosky soon realized that Jakes was misleading him and then dashed off again. While studying Luke's record of the Specter's attacks, I found a pattern behind their occurrence. I can even surmise that the next attack will take place somewhere between High-Yard Art and the reservoir. I intend to go and have a look around the area. I'm wondering if this is a trap. Anyways, we're gonna use Bucky. Oh, you guys want to ride? Bucky's got some great boats here. So we're going to go to Pier 3. It looks as if you were right, Mr. Layton. Why do you say that? The Specter will appear here tonight. Really? Please go on. How do you know, Luke? It's the water level. The water level? What about it? I suppose I can tell you now, Mr. Layton. Of course, you know by now that I'm not some supernatural oracle. I've been able to predict when and where the Specter would appear because of one simple thing. It was the water level in the canals. At first, I just noticed it by chance. I was walking through town and saw that the water was very low in one stretch of canal. I didn't think much of it until the Specter attacked that very spot the same evening. It appeared just in the place where the water was low. I thought it might have been a coincidence, but I started tracking the water levels just in case. After that, I realized that there must be a connection. Whenever the water level fell, that meant the Specter would attack there that night. You came up with that all by yourself? Wow. I wonder if the Specter somehow needs water to appear. Hang on a sec. Luke, why didn't you tell us this earlier? That info might have been useful. It's just, I didn't know if I could trust you or Mr. Layton. So that means you do trust us now, I suppose. Hey, hang on another sec. How were you tracking water levels in town? You hardly ever left your room. I had help from my friend. This is Toppy. Squeak! Why do you have a mouse in your pocket? Well, as I said, he's my friend. I don't get everything he says, but I understand enough. Wow, so you can talk to mice? I think that could be even weirder than the whole Specter business. Well, I don't really understand it either. We've seen stranger things since we arrived here, Emmy. So Luke, The Specter will appear here tonight? Yes, if my theory is correct. Well, Professor, what should we do? Let us see if Luke's theory holds water, so to speak. So, should we tell Dolan so he can alert the police? Actually, no. Let's evacuate the residents on our own this time. What? Why, Mr. Layton? We're going to set a little trap for the Specter. We are? What are we going to do? What are you planning, Mr. Layton? We're going to have a final showdown with the Specter. How are we going to do that? First, we'll evacuate the residents. Then we'll need to visit the black market. Luke used his ability to talk to the animals to speak to a mouse named Toppy, and predicted where the Specter would next strike based on the rodent's information. Luke had Toppy examine all the waterways to find which ones were lower than usual.
We got a bit of a problem.
I assume you're referring to one Herschel Layton? I must decide on a plan of action for when he finds out, and he will find out.
You already know about this guy?
I do. Fate is so interesting sometimes.
Professor, how are we going to get everyone in the area to evacuate without the help of the police? Luke, do you know anyone who could take charge of an operation like this? I think Crepe would do it. He loves ordering people around. He's certainly scary enough for the job. If Crepe told people to leave, they would definitely listen to him. He's probably still at Patty's restaurant. Crepe. Splendid. Maybe we can persuade him to channel his energy into helping the residents. So, off to Patty's restaurant then. I wonder what his special is today. When we got to High Yard Arch, the water level in this canal was noticeably lower. The strange phenomenon was what allowed us to make our next prediction. It seemed that Luke has been using the water level as a basis for his predictions all along. If that is the case, we can rely on the Specter making an appearance here tonight. In order to ascertain the true nature of the Specter, I'm engaging in a little trickery. Usually the police take charge of the evacuation of dangerous areas, but this time we need to have the town's cooperation so that we can lay our trap. For this, we need the help of a trusted and respected member of the community. We're going to have to get Grepe on our side.
Squeak! Squeak, squeak!
Hey, I thought I just saw something. Oh, yes, it appears that even the smallest of Miss Dallery's citizens use this bridge.
Squeak! Squeak, squeak, squeak! Squeak, squeak, squeak! Squeak, squeak! Squeak, squeak, squeak! Squeak, squeak!
What's the matter, Toppy? Have you got news? You're certain the Specter will appear tonight, right?
Squeak!
And the location was North Alley? No change to that?
Squeak, squeak, squeak!
Yes, Great Alley Street. I told Dolan. Thanks again, Toppy.
Squeak, squeak, squeak!
What? some people followed you all the way to my house. What people? Who were they? Squeak, squeak, squeak. A man with a top hat and a woman in a yellow coat. I wonder if it could be. Oh, someone's here. Quick, Toppy, hide. Squeak! Luke, my name is Herschel Layton. I'm a friend of your father's. Could we talk for a moment? It's really him. Alright, but first you'll have to solve my door puzzle. Alright, find Grappe. I see that even I have become subject to your persistent prodding technique. But it is good to see you pay such fine attention to detail. You're certainly not in a hurry, buddy. Come then, sir, let me present you with a gift that transcends all others, a gift of friendship. Thank you, but we really must be moving on. Mr. Grappe, there is something I'd like to speak to you about. You lot again. Did Triton put you up to this? Well, I don't have time for you. Leave me alone. Please calm down, Mr. Grappe. The Specter will appear again tonight, according to Luke's predictions. Predictions? Well, I had heard there was someone making predictions, but you're saying it's this child? Never mind that. Did you say the Specter is coming? That's no joking matter, are you sure? Yes, I'm afraid so. Tonight, near Highard Arch. But the police cannot be involved this time. We have to organize the evacuation in their stead. You are well respected in the neighborhood. Would you help us get everyone to safety? You're asking me to help? How can I trust you? Why should I believe this boy can predict anything? If you're trying to manipulate me with some cock and bull story, you'll come to regret it. On the other hand, if what you say is true, the townspeople are in grave danger. Very well, I cannot put my pride before the safety of others. I will help you. But you will have to devise a way to get everyone out at a time. That sounds fair. Do you have any suggestions? I can call on a few friends to help with the evacuation, but the rest is up to you. Grappe asked some acquaintances to help evacuate the entire neighborhood, but he was only able to recruit 9 people. 2 whose voices carry 3 squares, 3 whose voices carry 2 squares, 4 whose voices carry 1 square. Where should you tell each person to stand so that the evacuation message reaches every street in the neighborhood? Well, I'm going to put you there. And I want to put you there. And I'll put you there. We're going to put you here.
Some puzzles must be met directly. No puzzle is without an answer.
Correct. Commend your helpers on a job well done. Placing the people as shown above is just one way to get the evacuation message out to the entire neighborhood. Can you work out the other methods? Well, I did one method. Now we can get the evacuation started. Let me handle the people. I won't let anyone in this town come to harm. Thank you, Mr. Grepe. We will continue with our investigation. Alright. Let's do this one. Let's see the trajectory first. I see. See what happens. Gotcha. See what happens. Oh, that didn't work out as planned. You know what? Let's see what happens. Okay, I need a... Here we go. Mr. Layton, what do you have in mind for this showdown with the Specter? I think it is time we determine the true nature of the Specter. The true nature of the Specter? And to do that, we need to lay a trap that spans the whole town. Wow, can we do that? Not alone we can't. We will need quite a few helping hands. But if we're not going to ask the police for help, we shall ask the Black Ravens. Ah, good idea, Professor. Let's head to the black market and find Crow. Oh, you guys want to ride? Bucky's got some great boats here. We're gonna go to Pier 4. Gentleman returns. What can I do for you, kind sir? Crow, we need your help in laying a trap for the Specter. A trap for the Specter? You must be joking. You'll be saving the town. Very noble, rich boy. But you can't seriously expect us to take out the Specter. That's alright. This mission is fairly dangerous. It probably is too much for a group of children. Whoa. Wait. What are you talking about? We may be kids, but we're not afraid of anything. All I'm saying is, how are you going to catch it if you don't even know what it is? Ah, but that's the point. The trap we lay will expose the Specter's true nature. You really think you can pull that off? With your help, I think we can. Yes, are you interested? Maybe. I'm intrigued now. What do you need from us? Well, the first thing we'll need is... And from there, we'll just wait for the Specter to appear. And then we'll have him. Let's go to the place where the Specter will appear next. We have a lot to do. Now I understand why it's foggy. They used all that water to create that fog. Emmy, Luke, I believe the Specter will be appearing soon. I think it will be much easier to get a good view of it through the mist if I wait outside. It's dangerous, but it's a risk I have to accept. What are you planning to do, Professor? I should be able to get a good look at the Specter if I wait for it here. In the meantime, I want you two to hide somewhere out of the way. What? You want me to run and hide? As your assistant, I'm going to be right at your side, no matter the danger. Consider me your assistant as well, Mr. Layton. I appreciate this, but I can't put either of you in danger. I'm sure we're not in any danger as long as we're with you. The more pairs of eyes we have watching for the Specter, the better, no? Well, I can't dispute that. Alright, you can stay with me. But the moment you sense danger, promise me you'll run for the cover. Understood, Professor. You'll be careful too, Mr. Layton. Always. Now we wait for the Specter.
It's the fog.
It's coming!
Huh?
The Spectre! I can feel it!
I hear it, but I can't see anything.
Oh, so this is a Spectre. Oh.
Professor, are you okay?
Emmy.
Mr. Layton!
Luke.
You saw it, right? You got a good look at the Spectre?
Oh, yes. I got a very good look.
Emmy, Luke, the Spectre is not at all what we had imagined. It appears to be... There they are! Apprehend them! Chief Constable Jakes. They're behind this whole Spectre madness. They're responsible for destroying the town. What? That's a complete fabrication. Ha! You can deny it all the way to the station, Missy. Don't you call me that. Chief Constable Jakes, you can't be serious. Stop, unhand me. I warned you lot. Keep yapping and I'll slap you with resisting arrest too. Jakes, you know as well as I do that we aren't the ones behind the Spectre. Far from it. In fact, the Spectre... Now, Layton, own up to your crime like a gentleman. Har, har, har. Alright, take them away. Have a nice little nap. What? Where am I? Interrogation room. Nice, eh? I like to keep our prime suspects cozy. Let us out. We haven't done anything wrong. Stay calm, Luke. What do you want with us? I demand to see a solicitor. Do you? You've been reading too many pulp novels, Missy. Once I explain to the town that the Spectre was all you're doing, you'll get your lawyer. If you know what's good for you, you'll just sit here quietly and keep your trap shut. That smug bully deserves a kick up his fat ass. Ahem. What is it, Mr. Layton? I've been thinking. Jakes and his men were were immediately on the scene, but they weren't aware of Luke's prediction. That's true. The police hauled us off the moment the Specter was gone. It's as if he knew the Specter would appear there, and he was planning on having us arrested all along. Wait, what are you saying? I believe this is all connected to the true nature of the Specter, which is, we must clear up one more mystery before I can be absolutely certain. Our first step now is to find a way out of here as quickly as possible. Professor, are you suggesting a jailbreak?
Oh, got 'em. No problem. We don't gotta worry no more.
Worry?
What's so funny?
Oh, you must forgive my levity. I just find your confidence to be rather, what's the word? Quaint.
Is that right? You best watch your mouth.
You fool! As you stand here boasting, I guarantee that Layton is breaking out of your provincial little prison cell.
Mr. Layton, the door won't open. Must be locked from the outside. There's a keyhole on this side of the door, too. But it's of little use without the key. Luke, Professor, stand aside, please. I think I can have this door down if I kick it just the... Wait, Emmy. If we make a noise, our escape will be noticed. Let us consider the alternatives first. I know, Toppy can help us. Squeak! Toppy, we want to get out of this room. Can you bring the key? Squeak! Oh? What is it, Luke? There are 3 different keys. Toppy doesn't know which one is right. Layton, Luke, and Emmy need to escape the police station. Luckily, Toppy has brought them a bunch of keys, but only one of the key fits the lock. Which one of these keys opens the door? The door will not open unless the key can be fully inserted and turned. It's got to be A, because this is too big. You can't get that in the key. So this one, you can have to put it in and then turn the key.
This is what I've come up with. That was it.
Correct. Keys B and C won't even fit in the keyhole. However, you can insert key A part way and then rotate it a half turn to insert the rest of the key. Insert it the rest of the way. That did it. Now we can get out. Amazing stuff, Luke. You really can talk to animals. Quickly now, let's go. We still have to solve the riddle of the Specter. Right, Professor. Hey, let's use the phone call for help. It looks like an internal line only, I'm afraid. Oh, bother, that's no help. Professor, there are police all over the place. We'll have to find some way to escape without being seen. Layton, Luke, and Emmy need to get the key and reach the exit without alerting any guards. There is a path that will allow the group to pick up the key on their way to the exit without passing in front of any guarded doorway or using the same corridor twice. Unfortunately, the corridors are all one way, so they must walk in the direction of the arrows. Draw a path that shows how the group can make their escape. Aha. So, if I go this way, there's no doorway there, no doorway there. If I go this way, this way, this way, this way, down, up, this way. I can go down this way. And that's it.
Time to apply some creative thinking. I love the thrill of a good solution.
Correct. The group have made it to the exit with the key and without being detected by the guards. Now they can escape the police station. Come on, you two. We should leave while no eyes are upon us. It seems we've got out safely. It's already morning. Wow. I still can't believe Chief Constable Jakes tried to lock us up. Jake certainly seems intent on obstructing our investigation. So what do we do now? We have another puzzle to solve. What is that? The Specter's flute. What about it? The flute controls the Specter. In a manner of speaking, that is. But we need to find out why the flute is audible all over town. And why and who is playing it. I just assumed that whoever played the music was with the Specter. In this town, the wind could not carry the sound of a flute more than 100 yards. Not to mention it would be dangerous to play the flute in the area being attacked. We haven't seen anyone around during the attacks, yet we still clearly heard the flute. Luke, do you remember the sites the Specters has attacked so far? All my predictions are logged in my notebook. Let's head back to Hired Arch. We need to determine what the attack sites have in common. Nothing but rubble. The arch was completely demolished. The fog was so thick you couldn't see 2 inches in front of you. Which seems to be typical of the fog that accompanies the Specter. Mr. Layton, are you saying that the Specter somehow creates fog? That does appear to be the case, although I'm not sure what this means exactly. Maybe we should spread out and search the area. Of course. That's it. Finally, the puzzle pieces fit together. What is it, Professor? Do you two remember what the flute sounded like? Not the tune it plays, but the quality of the sound. Do you remember? What was the unique about the music when the Specter fit? It echoed throughout town. Oh yes, everyone said they heard it echo all over town. Exactly. Regardless of where we were, the flute's echoes were still clearly audible. Everyone in town heard it, not just people near the Specter. Is there anything that could carry sound throughout Miss Tallery? Anything you can think of? It's those old pipes we have all over town. They carry the sound. I believe you are correct, Luke. The sound was carried all over Miss Tallery through these old pipes. So it was the old water pipes all over Miss Tallery. Yes, that's right. I believe the pipes go all the way up to Bard Manor in Highard Hill. The pipes go up to the lake. Professor, you don't suppose... Let's head to Bard Manor. I think all will become clear there. Alright. I think I'm going to end the stream here. Holy crap, I forgot so many puzzles. But anyways, I'm going to leave this stream here. And we'll pick this up next Saturday. Alright, let's move stuff here. Let me see. Alright, I think we're gonna raid Raina. Alright. Come on, Nightbot. There we are. And then we're going to raid Raynex on Kick as well. Alright, if you're on YouTube, give Raynex a like and a subscribe. If you're on Kick, give her a follow, and we are out.